The power of Sasuke Uchiha is so insane that even in his base, Sasuke is easily more powerful than most other ninja. However, one thing that we've seen countless times in the Naruto series is that power doesn't always equate to victory in battles that take place in the Naruto universe. For Sasuke Uchiha, this has been proven to be the case during the events of his S-rank mission, where he races against time, hoping against hope, in order to find a cure for the chakra illness that's eating away at the life force of Naruto Uzumaki, the very same illness that the Sage of Six Paths once suffered from thousands of years ago is now affecting Naruto's body, and Sasuke's mission to find a cure for that illness before it can claim the life of Naruto Uzumaki. It's while on this mission that Sasuke discovers a combatant that proves to be extremely troublesome for him, to the point where not even Sasuke's tried and tested combat moves actually work during the battle. In order to secure the victory, Sasuke must use a little known jutsu that a majority of Naruto fans don't even realize that Sasuke has since he's acquired the rinnegan. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys this scene and explain to you why the combatant that Sasuke's facing should be given more respect by the Naruto fandom. The information is given to us in the Sasuke Resident novel, The Uchiha Descendants in the Heavenly Stardust. Like stated earlier, due to Naruto's chakra illness being so severe, Sasuke has undertaken an S-rank mission to find a cure, and just like all S-rank missions, they quickly become more complex than originally anticipated. At this point in the story, Sasuke doesn't yet know that his wife Sakura is on the exact same mission as him, undercover at the same prison facility. In this moment, Sasuke has defied the laws of the prison and has now begun to sneak around, despite knowing that the enormous lizard-like beast, Minnow, a creature who Sasuke is certain is a powerful summoning creature that was summoned by someone who has extremely high chakra levels. Despite not having full intel at this point in the story, Sasuke rushes out of his cell, and when he sees the opportunity, he begins to do his due diligence in order to find the cure for Naruto. However, it's in this moment that Sasuke finds himself staring face to face with the very same creature who Sasuke was hoping to avoid. What I'll do for you guys now is read the scene in question and come back to you guys with my thoughts on this sequence. But before I get into the battle scene, I want to give my thanks to Bethany Rose over on Twitter for her very hard work translating the Sasuke Resident novel, because translating Japanese to English is already extremely difficult, but the fact that she did it word for word and didn't just give us summaries, and the fact that she's done so in an extremely fast manner, I definitely have to thank her, because this is some really hard work. And so if you guys can, make sure you go over on Twitter, give her a follow, or tell her thank you, because again, she did some amazing work here. And it's here I'm going to begin quoting. A surge of chakra flooded Sasuke's eyes, revealing his visual prowess as he lifted his eyelids, his rinnegan and sharingan readying. In a single moment, Sasuke's bright red eye activated his jutsu, immediately dragging Minnow into a genjutsu. Thud. Minnow, who had been thrown onto the ground, quickly scrambled back to his feet, lunging talons first towards Sasuke. While Sasuke is famously agile in terms of his speed, Minnow was just as fast, his claws swiping close enough to tear off a lock of his hair. He didn't fall for my genjutsu, Sasuke deduced. Sasuke dodged Minnow, twisting back around to attack the beast with a counterblow. Minnow's body was sent flying, a wall stopping his movement with a loud crash. With the instantaneous force like a spring, Minnow closes the distance between them, his beady yellow eyes meeting the bright red of his bare Sharingan, but the result was still the same. Minnow was immune to genjutsu. Sasuke jumped to an opening right below Minnow's chest. With a single palm, he drove his palm up into the body of the beast, propelling him back onto his back, his body greeting the floor with a loud, bone-splitting crack. There was no point in continuing this fight. It'd be dangerous to leave behind any more damage. Regardless, Minnow's eyes shot open. Sasuke tried to make some distance between them, but the beast jumped to his feet, and it closed the gap between them. Like that of a whip, Minnow's long tail thrashed forward as he jumped towards Sasuke. The ninja pulled back, narrowly avoiding the attack. Minnow had been his closest in the fight to landing a life-threatening attack on his opponent. It was way too soon. Using water release, Sasuke quickly began to combine his chakra with his ice technique, making an instant kunai. With his eyes closed, Sasuke amputated the approaching talon, stabbing the torso as well as he slashed the kunai continuously. Minnow roared as he stepped back in recoil. His stomach began to spill copious amounts of blood and fluid, a terrible wound stretching across the length of his torso. He began to stumble back in a stupor. Sorry, Sasuke thought. Sasuke began to regret his life-threatening attack, being in the spur of the moment, but it was too late to think about something like that. Staggering with every step, Minnow rushed as fast as he could to a window, destroying most of the wall as he tried to escape through it. Though bleeding out, he was still powerful enough to disappear in one single bound. Sasuke bit at his lip. He felt almost sick to his stomach, dropping his eyes down to see the palm of his hand. He thought about the last attack, how deep the kunai entered into Minnow's body. He feared he might have struck a fatal blow. Quote. So the first thing that stands out about this battle sequence is that for the very first time in this novel, Sasuke activates his Sharingan and reveals his rinnegan in the battle. At first, we see Sasuke take a page out of Itachi's book, hoping to use Genjutsu to take out his opponent. When you think about it, it's a really smart course of action, since Genjutsu allows him to continue his mission without raising any type of suspicion. However, Sasuke quickly learns that Genjutsu won't work, for the reason I won't reveal quite yet in this video, because if some of you guys hope to read the novel and learn more about the circumstances that Sasuke feels himself in, I want to give you guys an opportunity to go into it kind of spoiler free. I'm making videos about this novel, but I'm also leaving out key details like I do in a lot of the novel videos, because I hope that this is just the start of a discussion and you guys pick up the novels and you guys read them and you learn more about the story, and then later on we can do spoiler type videos after the fact. But I just really want to drive up interest in these novels. But getting back to all of this, I just want to kind of point something out to you guys, okay? When Sasuke finds himself facing the creature whose agility and speed momentarily are able to keep up with Sasuke until Sasuke begins to take the upper hand, quickly raising the force of his attacks. What I personally love about this is how he uses the imitation of ice release that actually debuted in the Sasuke Shinden novel, The Teacher's Star Pupil, which takes place earlier on in the Boruto timeline around the events of the Majima Bandits arc of the manga, which I've also covered in another video called Sasuke's Ice Release Jutsu Explained, which I recommend checking out if you want more information about Sasuke's ice release and what led to Sasuke creating this ice release jutsu. What's so insane about this is that while Sasuke began to raise the level of force, the creature continues to escalate alongside of him, which shows that fighting an opponent in Naruto without any type of proper intel is extremely dangerous, especially on an S-rank mission that carries so much weight like Sasuke's does. Earlier on in the novel, we see Sasuke studying Minnow's movements almost as if he's memorizing them, and yet in this moment those observations that he made amounted to absolutely nothing because he didn't have full intel. The battle was quickly escalating and Sasuke was running the risk of blowing his cover of not being a ninja. In fact, at the end of the chapter, Sasuke gets confronted by the summoner who controls Minnow, and it's revealed that he too is a shinobi, and Sasuke's mission to save Naruto has now gotten even more insane than it was before, and the stakes have now begun to rise, especially as we're starting to reach the point in the story where Sasuke is dumbfounded over the fact that Sakura is actually in the prison as well, working inside of the hospital. What I love about that is the fact that we see the creature fighting Sasuke and keeping Sasuke honest during their fight while also creating tension. Sasuke has to end the fight quickly without making significant damage to the area that they're fighting in, and yet no matter how much he escalates the level of force that he outputs, the creature he's fighting never seems to go away. It adds an extra bit of tension because Sasuke on one hand could use the Susanoo to destroy this thing, but if he did, it would raise suspicions and his cellmates would know that Sasuke had left his prison at this time, so they begin to connect the threads. And what I also love about this is that when you start looking at the various creatures in the Naruto universe, it shows that not all creatures are the same and some are more powerful than others. It's something we've always debated in the Naruto community, something that a lot of people felt was obvious, but you still got some people who think that different creatures that are in the Naruto universe are still fodder. So I like the fact that we're seeing something that's expanding the world building a little bit. Sasuke couldn't afford to blow his cover at any point, not for any reason, which is why this scene here is so special, and why, when you look at Sasuke's actions, why Sasuke had no choice but to give into his instincts and try to land a fatal blow, simply for the fact that if it kept dragging out, that Sasuke would be in a position where his cover was blown. But I want to know from you guys, what are your thoughts about Sasuke continuing to hone his mimicry of ice release, and what type of mimicry of ice release would you like to see Sasuke use in the future? But as always guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.